I'm Jane Isay. I'm sitting here in my study surrounded by pictures of my family, drawings by my grandchildren, and books I've edited. 15 years ago I started writing books. I was interested in what makes the conflict and how do we solve it. My first book was about dealing with our grown children. I wrote that at a time my grown son stopped answering my phone calls and I couldn't understand it. I knew I had set them out to grow up and be independent, but I didn't like not being at the center of their lives. When you get grandchildren, it's even more complicated because you're not at the center of your children's lives anymore. Their children are. And we need to figure out ways to stay connected. I believe the family is the survival mechanism of the human species. And in modern parlance, we might call it a lifeboat. And when that lifeboat springs a leak, we need to caulk it. There are ways to caulk it. The trick of a big family of many generations is making sure that we have the perspective. We've got 5 generations we grandparents touch. Our grandparents, our parents, ourselves, our children, and our grandchildren. That's a century. That covers a whole century. And we have so much to tell, and from the children and the grandchildren, we have so much to learn. We need to figure out a way of minimizing the conflict and maximizing the honesty, making sure that we are communicating fully and deeply with each other. That is what I believe makes it possible for a family, complicated, in and out, busy, short-tempered, long-tempered, to stay in that same lifeboat.